Good afternoon. I'm William Becker, and you're watching Paranormal Insights. My guest today is Kent Rasmussen, co-founder of Salem Paranormal. How are you doing, Kent?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you, William?
Very well, thanks. Well, what we're going to do today is you've brought a picture of a location that you've investigated.
Yes.
And we're going to see if I can psychically break out of this concrete box and read it. And I haven't seen the picture. I don't know anything about it, actually, even if it's a house or a business, or an outside. I keep seeing pink, though. So it's okay to let me know if I'm on track or not.
Okay.
Because sometimes I am and sometimes I'm not. Okay, what I'm getting, the first thing that I thought of was like a gingerbread house, Hansel and Gretel almost type thing. Older, probably Victorian wood, sharp roof, kind of narrow front at the top. And the colors are kind of on the outside, kind of brownish, beige-ish, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Front porch with kind of like a square wood pillar on each side.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, good. Sometimes I get across the street. Sometimes I get the wrong address. Sometimes I'm wrong. Steps that go up. The porch is wood. I get a combination of wood and cement for the steps. Were they one thing and now something else?
I would say they were, yes.
Okay.
The steps are no longer there. It's just they smoothed it out.
Okay. Okay. Very good. Let's see. A lot activity up in the upstairs window, upstairs room. Boy, is that a boy's room?
No.
Okay. The entity is a boy, though. He's maybe about this tall. Dark hair. Darkish hair, anyway. Kind of wavy, curly a little bit.
Okay.
He's sad. Why are you sad? Wants his mommy and daddy. And, okay. And he hides things sometimes when he's sad. And he gets angry sometimes too. Like, I keep seeing, like throwing dishes or something. But I'm not sure if he would have the energy to actually manifest that. But the feel of that kind of thing would be in the house. Is any of this hitting?
Oh yeah.
Okay, good.
You're right on.
Okay, good. He was a bit spoiled, but oh, knock it off. I have total respect for the entities, but, when a brat's playing a brat, you have to call him out on it. Basically, what I'm going to tell him now is that your parents are gone. Part of you is with them.
Mm-hmm.
This is a piece of him that's still visiting the house, and part of who he was in the house. And I get a sense that there was struggle between the in the family with the parents between each other, maybe. I see the mom more than the dad with this. And no, it wasn't, you didn't cause it. Maybe there was a divorce, I'm not sure, or a death. But it's not your fault. You're a kid. So you aren't responsible. And your parents couldn't show it because of what was going on in their lives, but they really did love you. And so you don't have to act out this way looking for attention. You can do nice things if you want to hang around looking for attention. And stay out of the bathroom when they're in there. No peeking at the ladies or the girls. Sometimes these boys.
Boys will be boys.
Yeah. So, were we pretty close than that? Can you tell me a little more?
You're close on on a lot of it. As a house setting, I would say could have been, but it's not anymore.
Okay.
We've done an investigation there, and so we have some verification of what you're talking about. And I'm more than willing to tell when you're ready for it. So I would love to verify some of the stuff.
Good. Do you have the photo?
I do have the photo on my phone.
Can I see it? I think it's so funny. The big rage in phones was getting smaller and smaller, and now they're actually getting bigger and bigger so we can actually use them.
So this is the actual photo of what it is now.
Okay. Yeah, that's not what I was reading. But those things still happen. I think there was still the house there.
And it's very well, again, it's local, so who knows what was there before.
Yeah, I think I've seen this place. Is it pink inside there? In some of it?
Yeah, actually, the walls are.
That's where I was getting the pink then.
The stairs down below, because it's a 3-story building.
Okay.
There's no more access to the roof part or to the upstairs, but the steps down below are concrete, to the basement. When we did the investigation was 11 years ago, and there was a little boy in there that liked to play hide and go seek with the girls. He was downstairs. He was hiding from them and coming up and tugging on their shirts, and we never were able to verify a name though. But we got a couple of voice recordings of a little child giggling.
Mm-hmm.
The girls that could see that he was playing hide and go seek described him as about this tall. So you were pretty accurate.
Good.
Some of the history from the area is there's some buildings right around there where we were told by the owner of this location there was a little child murdered next door. So, and there was a couple other entities in there, but he was the one that was making himself very well known, bumping the stuff off and moving it and kind of just wouldn't say being facetious, but he was having fun. Okay. But he was scared. He freaked out a couple of the girls because, he'd be across the room and then he'd be behind them pulling on their shirt. Mm-hmm. So, that's. Yeah.
And he would actually make himself visible to them, where they could see him.
Yeah, we had a couple. One girl said he pulled her hair. Wow. So he had enough energy.
Yeah. Now, did they get a look at his description, his hair color, or different things?
I didn't really get that part. I do know one of them said that he had brown hair. Good. He liked to sit in a rocking chair and watch us, like an old style turn of the century wood rocking chair, and he'd just sit there and rock back and forth in it.
He felt kind of like that time period.
Yeah. It's hard to say because everybody describes what they see differently. Right. What I may see, you may not see the same thing, and it's how your mind perceives it. Right. We had one girl say that she thought he had blonde hair. One said dark brown. It's that kind of thing. A couple of the voice recordings we got, though, there was another entity in there that was not very nice. I don't think it was him, but it could have been. But he was the one that stood out the most, and it was kind of when you were describing him, and I was like, "Oh, you're good."
Oh, good. Thank you. I'm glad. It's, sometimes it's always validating when I can get that, especially kind of doing remoting, because it's always a little scary for me. Not because I'm afraid of the entities. I'm afraid of being wrong and crashing and burning. But life happens.
You're good.
Thank you.
For doing remote readings. It's the first time I've actually sat in with one, and it was kind of weird how you hit it like head on. I mean, on description of him, anyways. The pink, that was one that kind of tripped me out a little bit because the walls are pink inside and the concrete stairs and all that.
Great. Can I see it again? Let me see if I can pick up any more.
Okay.
The name Tommy keeps coming up in my mind. Could be right for the boy.
There you go, sir.
Okay. Oh, yeah, there's a guy in there. No, he's got a hat similar to mine. He wears a short top hat type thing sometimes too. And he was a gambler. He's not a nice dude. Not that gamblers aren't nice people, some of them, but this one is not a nice dude. This is a guy that would whack a woman along the side of the head and kick a kid out of the way. He's dressed kind of like, that old TV show that I can't remember the name of the show or the guy that was in it, but the dark coat, the brightly colored vest. Sometimes I get red and black first, but then I got more like the greens, emerald greens and things with the vest color.
So are you talking like show like
Maverick.
Maverick gambler type? Okay.
Yeah. Only Maverick was a nice guy. I was talking about the clothes kind of reminded me. This guy's a mean dude. Mustache. Even looks like a Snidely Whiplash mustache. He's kind of mad at me because I called him out on that stuff. Sorry, dude. He doesn't like because he can't do what he used to do.
Like, I mean...
Like gamble and do, and it's changed. It's not there anymore.
Right.
He may have, in that location, he may have won a business or a building. There's some kind of a connection with him with those kinds of things there. I'm getting pieces and feelings about that. I'm not quite sure. Anyway, thank you. And
no problem.
Kent, thank you so much for being here.
I would like to give one more clarification before we get off this episode for you.
Okay.
We can go over a little bit.
Okay.
The boy's name is Tommy.
Oh,
good. We had a voice recording that said his name, and if you could have saw Chris's reaction when you said Tommy, he probably almost fell.
Yeah, don't fall. It's a long ways down. It's a cement floor. We've got enough ghosts in town.
So yeah, I wanted to give you that verification.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Names are really fussy for me sometimes, and so that helps.
And then the male that you saw, we didn't get much evidence from him except for the owner said that there was down in the basement of this place there's a doorway to what would be the underground tunnels of Salem, which were where the Chinese, the sunset or sun whatever.
Yeah, sunset laws.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we've heard upon doing research there was opium dens and casinos down there. So.
Oh, that very well could have been where he did his gambling that way.
So it could have been, but there's your clarification for you.
Great, thank you.
No problem.
I appreciate it.
And thank you for having me on here.
Oh, it's my pleasure. It's great. Thank you, everybody, and we'll be back. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Paranormal Insights. I'm your host, William Becker, And my guest is Christina Rasmussen. She is the
Productions manager.
productions manager. I wanted to say technical manager, and I knew that wasn't right. For Abnormality, a TV program with Salem Paranormal. And you are also an investigator with
Yes,
Salem
I am.
Paranormal. I will get those words out eventually.
It's all right.
Today, though, we're going to do a reading, right?
That's what I was told.
Okay.
Or
And-
that's what I agreed to, I guess.
Okay. Now, I don't do a lot of future stuff.
No, that's fine.
Mostly, a lot of it's past life and that kind of thing.
Just
and
if it's
what I
anything
pick up.
bad, just keep it to yourself.
And whoever's hanging out around you, that kind of stuff.
That's what I'm really more interested in is like I would love to know what my past life was, but
Kaylin? Is there somebody? I want to say Grandma Caitlin.
I have a niece named Caitlin, but she's pretty much well alive.
Right. Well, sometimes the living can put their energy around too. But this is an older lady, and it might have been. Research it and see if it's like
I had
a
Grandma Kelton.
Kelting.
Kelton.
That's it. Okay. I knew it wasn't quite right what I was saying. That's it. Okay.
My
Yeah.
great grandma.
Uh-huh. Yeah, she's around. Are you built like her? Pretty much. Kind of. She was.
The last time I saw my great grandma Kelton, my brother was just a baby. So, it's been a while.
Yeah, but I'm thinking, not so much the look, but she seems like she's. And maybe you'll be able to find a photograph and verify her or something.
I know what she looks like.
Okay, but shorter, not overly tall, a little on the plump side, and I'm not trying to cast any aspersions anywhere.
She was when she was younger.
Okay. Yeah, and gray hair with dark streaks, that kind of more gray than dark, that she had when I think it was in something in the back of her head. I don't think it was short, but it wasn't long down here. It was pulled back. Does that sound right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. She likes to give you hugs, I think.
I know she did when she was alive.
Okay, good, because she still likes to. She says that she's very proud of you, that you've come through what you've come through, and and where you've gone, your progress in life.
Before you go any further, I've had recently, about 4 years ago, my actual grandmother passed away, and she was on the bigger side.
Okay. Well, this lady isn't real big. I mean,
Okay, well then.
And the name sounded right.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, but she was plump, but not,
Okay.
Yeah. It's good to know about the other one too, in case she comes through. She's not telling me what the things were growing up or whatever, but she's proud of how you've come through and developed through circumstances that weren't always ideal, if that makes sense. And I don't want to try to probe too much on television.
Oh, no, that's fine.
And that she does love you very much. Calligraphy? She wants you to do something that's something that you like. She wants you to, that she liked too, I think. It seems like papers, pens, maybe research.
That was more my my grandmother than my great-grandmother.
Okay. Well, maybe they're both coming through a bit, because that happens too. Sometimes they blend. Because the name I first got was so close to the great-grandmother. But yeah, it seems like paper, pens, writing things that looks like big calligraphy things. That was your grandmother did that?
My grandmother that just recently passed away, yes.
Okay. Okay. So she's coming through. Her hair was shorter and still had the gray. So it's they're both talking. Okay. Her face is different too. So they're both coming through. But doing something for you, doing things along that line. Did you do these things with her or pay attention? Okay, good, because she wants you to. And partly a connection with her, but because it makes you feel good. And
I got my artistic talents from my grandmother.
And she wants you to because it makes you happy. And you're not getting enough of it in right now. So there's got to be a way of adjusting life a little bit. The point she's making is do more for you.
Yeah, that sounds like my grandmother, all right.
Red wine. Getting beef and red wine. Maybe it's because I haven't had dinner. Okay. I'm not sure what that's about.
Me neither.
Unless it'd be like a meal she liked or a family meal or something.
Not that I remember.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure where that's from. Okay. If you want me to find out more about that, you need to show me more. And the school thing, I keep getting a thing about going back to school, doing school, taking classes. Okay, so that hits.
It was always my grandmother's dream for me to graduate from high school or to get my GED so I can further my career and what I do for a living.
Do it.
So.
I don't think it'll be too difficult for the GED. But she's definitely on that.
My grandmother always pushed me to be an RN.
Okay. Because you've got a lot of potential that you can go this way, but you have to take the steps.
Yep.
And you would be happier as an RN than what you're doing now. Not to mention money's better.
Right.
But it would be more fulfilling. And it would also, going to school would increase your social environment and bring a few more people into your life too. So yeah, and there are ways of making this work out. I know with marriages and kids and everything else, but it can work, and I can attest to it. My parents were teachers, and they had to take continuing ed classes, and it worked. So, yeah, that's what she wants you to do. And historical romances or Harlequin romance novels? No? Did they like to read those, one of them, or did you?
My recently deceased grandmother did.
Okay, yeah, that's what's coming through. Go talk to my grandma, too, because she used to like those as well. And yeah, They're there to support you. You can ask both of them and open up to allowing them. The energy isn't that strong, but they watch, they come, they give hugs, they help push and propel you. Don't be lazy, she says. She sounds like my grandmother.
Right?
Mm-hmm. But that's part of what she's saying. You can do it. No excuses. So she's kind of a little bit on the tough love end, huh?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. That's good, because it is love, and it's not letting people get away with being less than or doing less than, because she wants you to be happy and fulfilled. And there are those pieces that aren't there yet, but you can do it. So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you have any questions for me? We have a couple minutes left.
Not off the top of my head.
Okay.
Well, there's always been one person that I've always wanted to know if he's ever followed me around. I know that when I was 16, I worked in a local nursing home, and I had a patient at the time tell me and my mother that my brother that's been passed away since 92 was following me around.
Okay.
I don't know if he still does, if he just pops in every once in a while.
How old was he?
He was 4 when he passed away.
Okay. I think he pops in once in a while. He's doing really well. Dark hair?
More on the lighter side.
How light?
Like dirty dishwater blonde.
Okay, then I got the wrong kid. Okay. Trying to get a coloring on him. Similar to yours? Skin tones? Okay.
We were always told that he was a splitting image of me, except for with blonde hair.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, okay, I've got him. He's having a ball.
No, I believe it.
And playing. Well, his soul, his true soul is part of the group and doing. He's around in the background a lot of times. It's like he knows how to amuse himself and play with him, play on his own. He likes interaction and social and stuff, but he's also very happy just doing his own thing for like hours on end, is what I get as a kid.
Oh, that's how he was when he was alive, too.
Okay, good.
So.
And let me see. The full soul piece with him, I'm trying to see. Healing. He's helping with healing right now. Because it's like we have my understanding, and we're almost out of time, is that our soul, we leave part of ourself wherever it is, when we're incarnated, and then we go back and become more of, unless we leave some of us here, there's also some of the energy that we leave behind here. And my understanding is what he's doing is helping healing. And he's helping healing bereaved parents of children who died young, is what I'm picking up on.
Well, sounds like my brother. He was always one to, even at a young age, was always wanting to help people. So.
Great. Well, Christina, thank you so much for doing this. I really
Thank you for
appreciate
having
it. This has been fun.
Yeah, it's been real fun.
Good.
Thanks.
Thank you.